Hello everyone, my name is Bim, and welcome to Freedom Planet. If I can be completely transparent, I've been playing a lot of Freedom Planet 2 lately, and with playing Freedom Planet 2, it's got me thinking a lot about the original Freedom Planet. Now, I put an ungodly amount of time into the first Freedom Planet. You can't see it here because my first play of Freedom Planet was actually on the Switch, and I don't have my Switch hooked up to my PC yet, so I can't really do anything recording-wise on that, so I can't show you that file. But just know that I have so many hours put into the original Freedom Planet, and that's why I was so excited for Freedom Planet to come out. But with me playing a lot of Freedom Planet 2, not just on here on this channel, but of just on my own time, I figured I kind of want to revisit this game and see if it's as good as I remember it. Not that it hasn't been a long time. I mean, yeah, it's 7 years ago that this game came out. Or not came out. It took 7 years for Freedom Planet 2 to be made, but regardless, it's been a long time, not an egregious amount of long time, but enough time where I'm like, I kind of want to revisit this. Not to see if it's bad or if it's good, but just kind of, for the sake of revisiting it. And I want to see all the differences that were made, all the quality of life. We're going to start a new file too. So we're actually going to delete this one. If we can. I'm pretty sure we can delete it. Yes, we can. I'm going to delete it. File when I hit return. Okay, perfect. Start game. We'll start it off. We'll just do it full on classic. And we'll do Lilac, because that's my favorite character to play in this game. I do remember Mila and Carol being far more difficult than Lilac. I don't know why I had such trouble saying that. Oh man, the story of this game was so wild too. It was so ambitious. Especially for its, first game? I want to say this is Galaxy Trail's first game. I could be wrong. I could be very well wrong about that, and I could be talking up my butt. But for what their first game was, man, how ambitious. Like a massive story, fully voice acted, by the way, and completely animated within the game's engine. Like, that's awesome. That's the kind of cool stuff I love about indie games. It's why I love Hollow Knight so much. It's because it is that exact same scenario with all of this love and care and attention that is just poured into this game. And I love it. I love it so much. And it is very clear.
I have to make sure they're okay. Can't you be Little Miss Hero Pants some other time?
Regardless if it's Hollow Knight or if it's Freedom Planet 2, whatever, Celeste, all of that. The indie games will probably be one of my favorite little subsections of gaming that I love to death and I think is unparalleled. I will die on that hill forever. I know that there's a million different good games out there, and there's a ton of AAA titles that could probably prove me wrong, but just the quality assurance that you have with indie games is just amazing sometimes. Like, sure, you gotta dig through some indie games, because not everyone can be a game developer. They're not all gonna be massive hits like these games. But you'll still get a good amount of care and love that is absolutely 100% guaranteed. Ooh, I can't uppercut for an extra jump. That's right. The movement was a lot more limited and kind of focused more on not as much breaking the game. Which I think they kind of learned their lesson with. They learned that just movement's fun. Movement in this game is just fun. My right trigger isn't working. My pause button isn't working. Why is my pause button the select button? Hold on a second. We're gonna fix something. Oh, I see. Okay, this is my first time figuring this out since I've been playing this game. They designed the controls to be like the Sega Genesis gamepad. That's so cool. I've never noticed that before. That is so sick. That is so cool. I love that with all my heart. Make that the start button, please. That is so awesome. Oh my gosh. That is so unbelievably cool. I can't even begin to wow. Oh, I wish I technically do have a Sega Genesis controller somewhere around here. In fact, hold on. I want to see if I can connect it. I'll be right back. Okay, I got it. We're all good. I've got it set up. Oh, that's so awesome. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, this is so cool. I can't believe I'm using this. And I can't believe this is one of the intended ways to play this game. I can't believe I never thought to do this, even though it was literally staring me in the face right there for 7 years. Oh my gosh. We've already seen all this. We're fine. We're fine without it. All right, time to see how this goes without it. Oh my gosh. This is awesome. Oh, this is great. Oh, this is awesome. Oh, that's so cool. I want to play it at like exactly how the button layout wanted me to do. Like, I know the preferred way of play is good and everything, but like back in the days of Sega Genesis, I want to see what this would have been like if this were actually released on the Genesis. Even though that was never the intention, I want to see what it's like anyway. I love how this turned from a nostalgia trip into, oh my gosh, this just became a whole new way for me to love this game. And honestly, I'm all here for it. Whoop, I guess I'm going very slowly on my run. Oh, I love this. I love this so much, dude. Oh! I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Oh, there's no guard. That's right. Oh man, I've like a lot of the design choices now are starting to make a whole lot of sense. Excuse me. I don't know why it was designed this way. I think it's really smart that why it is designed this way is for it is. That in itself being centered around the Sega Genesis controller, I think that in itself is a unique design choice, but the way they designed the entire moveset around it is very, very smart now, and I have a whole new appreciation for it, even though it is just as weird that they didn't just do it for normal controllers, especially since this game came out on the Wii U. Like, this game came out on PC, I'm pretty sure first. It's kind of in this similar boat as Freedom Planet 1. Or no, Freedom Planet 2, where it was released for PC, and now it's going to get, at least the time of this recording, a summer release on console. It is very similar for that as well, but I'm just wondering why very specific. I know, again, I know this is supposed to be a Sonic game, and it turned into its own thing. But I'm wondering why specifically the Sega Genesis? Was it like purely to cater to that era of platforming? Which, if so, respect. I think that's a very bold way to go. Especially in a day and age where most of the time people aren't looking to do stuff like that. But looping all of that back around to the design choices of this game, like the amount of freedom that you have with the other control scheme is very much centered around a modern basis. You've got a lot more control options and a lot more movement options, and that's because it was designed with a more modern feel. But now that I am approaching this game with the way that it was apparently intended to be controlled, I get why specific things are done. There's no extra special attacks, there's no extra buttons for like a guard. Even though this game is really combat focused, because the Sega Genesis only has a limited amount of buttons. I guess depending on the controller that you have for the Sega Genesis, because there were like a million, you could have had different control options. Like, because there was a Sega Genesis controller that I didn't have, but it was with the extra 3 buttons above the A, B, and C buttons. And they could have designed it around that. But given how everything looked and how like what the controllers were designed around, it seems to be designed specifically around the 3-button controller that the original Sega Genesis had. And with A being jump, B being combat, and C being the special, I can completely see the design aspect that went into this. Because there's no shoulder buttons to put a guard there. There's no extra like buttons or extra directions to push something in. It is either you go diagonal, up or down or sideways, or you push an action button. I think that is just amazing. I don't know if other people will see that and think, oh, well, that's kind of limiting. Why would you do that? I don't know, dude. I think this is pretty creative. And honestly, it puts a whole new amount of respect onto this game for me, and I just love it that much more. I already am obsessed with Freedom Planet 2, but I think, like, Freedom Planet 2, without a doubt in my mind, is probably one of the best 2D platformers I have ever played. But for this to carve the way was incredibly ambitious, and even more so now, given the way they wanted the game to be. And that is amazing. I have such an appreciation for this game and for what it did now. Because, oh my gosh, it literally does not get more ambitious than Freedom Planet unless you're like Hollow Knight with Team Cherry, creating a whole new game because you didn't know how to do DLC. Which that's a whole thing in and of itself, because when Silk Song comes out in 50 years, you better believe I'll be touching up on that and how... how overly nice Team Cherry was when they were like, yeah, we are gonna give you the Hornet DLC, except we don't really know how to program that into the game. So we're just gonna give you a whole new game. I'll go into how crazy that is later, when that game comes out, again, in like 50 years. But for now, I'm so in awe. I'm less looking at this now as a form of limitation and just a well-designed way to play this game. Like, this is how the game was meant to be played. I can't believe that this is the route that they went with it, and I love it so gosh dang much it hurts. I can't stop smiling, it's so good. This is not what I intended for this to be. I just wanted it to be a nice little retrospective to be like, okay, is it really as good as I remember? And by all accounts, for me, other than trying to get used to the new controls, I think it definitely holds up well. Even in terms of story, which I know we're not really touching on, and if I were to touch up on the story, we'd be here a lot longer than honestly we probably need to be, because the story is pretty long, almost as long as the original Freedom Planet, or not original, almost as long as Freedom Planet 2. Way bigger and way more of an ambitious story. Which I still hold to this game's credit more than Freedom Planet 2, because this one came out first. This was... You could argue that the second game had a way better story, but this one was definitely more ambitious, because...
How many chasers?
Again, this was their first try. If they didn't get it right, then people would forget about this game and probably call it a cringe Sonic knockoff. But they did it right and it was good. It's cheesy, and gosh dang is it weird sometimes, but man is it good. And there's a big reason people love it, and then the story is a big part of it, as well as just the feel. Oh my gosh, I could rant and rave about this game till the end of time. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. I love it. Fine, be that way, says the Snake Man. We're gonna go ahead and skip the story, because it's not something we really need to worry about. This is just a retrospective. If you guys really want me to play through the story of Freedom Planet, maybe I'll dedicate a video to that. But for now, I just kind of want to marvel at this new discovery I've had. I'm totally obsessing over it. I'm like the biggest fanboy girl whatever right now. All for just a control scheme that I didn't think that anyone would ever default to. Like, that is it's so cool, you guys. It's so cool. I can't get over it. It's so awesome. Oh, I love it so much. Oh, I haven't even tried to... Oh, aiming that is a lot harder, but mainly because I'm not used to it. I'm not used to playing this game on a D-pad. I mean, I'm not used to this control scheme at all, really. Oh, there's an uppercut, that's right. I still think this game could have benefited from maybe an uppercut. Which I'm glad they did in the second game. The movement in the second game is so crisp and, oh, so perfect. That really really is just this game in a nutshell. The potential is so there, and then Freedom Planet 2 came in and was like, oh, the potential is realized now. Got it. Man, imagine playing this, like, imagine if Galaxy Trail released this for the Genesis just randomly, way back when the Genesis was hot. Do you know how hard this game would have sold? Like, dude, this game would have sold like hotcakes. Granted, the technology was super limited at the time. I guarantee that you could not have done what you did with this game on the Sega Genesis. It'd have to be way more toned down, especially for the file size it is, because this is not a small game. This is a very big game. It'd probably have to be doubled up, like Sonic 3 and Knuckles was. But like, with some things kind of stripped from it to make it a bit smaller, I could definitely see it working, but just, I'm trying to imagine what it would, like, if I plopped this into my Sega Genesis way back, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna play this for the first time and just seeing this on my CRT, and just, I would probably be so at awe. Oh my gosh. I can't believe that just simply changing my controller to the game for the game that it was properly done for. I can't believe that shifted my whole perspective on this game to just make me think it's that much better. I already loved this game. I love this game so much with all my heart. But this just makes me love it even more. And oh my word. Oh, it's so good. I want to see if I can get through this rather fast. Because I know there's a big boss at the end of this. And I know this level rather well, so I could probably speed through this. Well, if I'm not getting stuck in the top area, because I know I'm supposed to be in the lower area. Oh, I should press the button. And then come down here. Open the treasure chest. I'm so glad treasure chests have a better use in the second game. And that, man, the more I see things from this game, the more I'm like, oh man, I'm glad they evolved on that. And I don't want that to take away from this game, because it's such a good job of establishing everything that Freedom Planet was trying to be. And I'm pretty sure Galaxy Trail has made games other than Freedom Planet at this point, because I know they try to advertise their other stuff. Freedom Planet just, whoop! Oh, I did it! I did not think I was going to make that jump. Lift me up so I can drop this box right on your face. Come here. Boink. There's an achievement for that on the Switch. I don't know if I've actually gotten it here or not, or if that's why it didn't show up, or if there's the achievements didn't show up on the Switch. But either way, that's a thing you can do. And it's an achievement. Also, there was a little level skip thing that I did in the first level that you could do as well. It's really cool. Oh. I remember seeing this and I was like, okay, is that the Kingdom Stone? The fakest Master Emerald in existence? But like, no, it's just some random jewel thing. Alright, don't mind me, I'm just gonna skip all of this. Whee! I love that you can do this. Like, Lilac is just that gosh dang fast. And that's a whole boss, by the way. See, look, that claw back there, that's a boss. And I can just run under it. I love that. And now we get to under here. And there's a whole cavern waiting for us. I love it. I love it so much. I also love how long the levels are. But seriously, I've covered this in, I think, a Sonic Heroes episode. But I love when 2D platformers give me the longest freaking levels in existence. The biggest thing that annoyed me in Super Mario Bros. 3 is that the levels were so gosh dang short. It was like, oh, that was it. And that sentiment carried over to Sonic Forces. Like, oh, that was all the level you gave me, huh? Like, don't get me wrong, Super Mario Bros. 3 is a good game. This is not a good game, but Super Mario Bros. 3, that's a really good game. However, the length of the levels themselves, I just did not feel it. I was not about it. I wanted them to be longer, like Super Mario World, or even longer. And the length of the levels in both Freedom Planet games just satisfy such a good itch for me, because I love running through just long strands of levels that are both equally engaging but busy. These levels never feel like they're just lacking stuff to do. It always feels like I'm progressing no matter what. I never get lost. It never feels like, oh, where's the end of the level already? There's a constant, I'm having fun here. Ooh, okay, wait. I bet I can make this. I bet I can. Man, there's gotta be, I don't think I can boundary break it. If there is a way to boundary break it, I hope I can do it one day, but I can't do it right now. Woo! Oh, that's sick. It got rid of my shield, but like, I don't care. Can we not? Can we not do that? Let me in! I love that I'm able to do this. This is so cool. Man, I cannot remember the last time I had to break out my Sega Genesis controller. I love this! It's so cool! Oh, I'm just geeking out right now, and I love it. This game's so cool. Alright, another cool thing that you can do. You can make this dude attack himself.
Hit me if you can.
And then she does that little voice line. Oh, I love it. Come on, come hit me. Oh, you hit yourself. You died. Oh, no. Gosh, this game is so well animated, too. Like, the characters have so much personality. And actually, fun fact, I found this game through AlphaRad, who played this game on his Not series that he used to do a long time ago, back before he did all the crazy, wacky stuff that he does now. And no lie, I saw him play this game and he's like, you know what? This is a really good game. It just looks like it's inspired by Sonic. I heard that. I heard him say that and I was like, that's all I need to know. I came here to laugh at bad Sonic games and I got something amazing out of it instead. And honestly, I feel like that's a lot of people. Because sometimes you do see the knockoff Sonic stuff and you're like, oh, I wonder how bad this is going to be. Not to say that this looks like it. But you know what I'm saying. I don't want to look stupider than I already am. Because I feel like I'm already digging myself into a pretty big hole I don't want to get further into, but... Hi, Spade.
Spade? What's he doing here?
We're not going to worry about it. We're just not going to worry about it.
What do you think you're doing? That's the Kingdom Stone!
Yeah, that's the Kingdom Stone, which is really weird because I thought it was this weird, like, orb-like thing. That's just a claw around it. It really is just an orb.
I needed to find my father's killer.
Which I love
like
how it links up
like
into Freedom
yourselves
Planet
would care.
2. Well, more that I love that how they expanded the Kingdom
rather be
Stone's
called a
lore.
traitor
And
than a
also
murderer.
kept it consistent. That was a big
Stars
thing
left
for
us no
me.
choice.
Because when I was first playing through Freedom Planet 2, I was like,
And
how are they
you've left
gonna
me no choice.
how are they gonna link the Kingdom Stone with Murga the way that they did? And I was like, oh, okay.
Still training,
they
I
did a
see.
pretty good job about that. And they kept things
You want to fight?
real
Come
good
and
and
get
consistent with it, especially with the Earth Dragons and the Water Dragons.
I'd love to stay and dance.
If you don't know what
but
I'm talking
Mayor Zell's got a
about,
tight
you should
schedule.
go watch my Freedom Planet 2 series. It is quite a fun one.
Besides,
Some
if
of it's
something else
missing
is
though
guarding
because
this
I'm
thing,
a bad
I'd hate to be
YouTuber and I
around
lose
when it wakes
footage
up.
like all the time. Heck, I just lost footage a few days ago when I was recording for Sonic Heroes.
You're never gonna get away
Someone
with
pointed it out too. They were like, "Hey, by the way, where's this episode?" And I was like, "Shoot, dang it! I thought I uploaded it." That's a whole different
We'll
thing.
see about that.
Go watch my Freedom Planet 2 series. It's a good one. You'll see me complain about the bosses a lot, and I'm admittedly
You'll
pretty
never
stupid
make
when
it
it
up.
comes to that. I'm really good at complaining about things when it's not
We should.
the game's fault, and it's absolutely my fault. All right, let's fight this thing. Hello. I'm going to destroy your arm. Gosh, I love this boss. What a good introduction to, like, the combat. Because I don't feel like the little snake thing did justice on the combat as much as this thing does. This feels like you're fighting a boss. Come here. Come on, you big old mantis. No, come here. Get over here. There we go, there we go. Yeah, I'll break your eye. I'll break the crap out of your eye. Oh, I need to be uppercutting. Because that doesn't take my jump away. Okay, come on, man. Jump over here. There we go, there we go. Don't mind me just healing while you do your thing. Oh, you're dead. Get over here. Yeah! Goodbye! See you later. Man, I loved this. This was so good.
Woohoo! That's how it's done.
I like that you don't get ranks in this game. I'm not a huge fan of ranking systems. They make you feel good in the moment, but I'm not really a big fan. I'm glad that that's not something they did here. In Freedom Planet, yeah, it's fine, I don't care, but, like, you know. Oh, okay, so you do get the achievements here. That's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. But we're about done with that. We're done. No. We're done. We're done. We're done. That's all we're gonna do. Now, that was a way different experience than I was expecting to go into this. I kind of expected to just kind of relive old memories of when I first played this game. Because, man, it really was a long time ago, wasn't it? Man, I put a lot of hours into that thing, too. Like, I've got my Switch right here, and I'm just looking at it and thinking, man, because I got Freedom Planet when I first got my Switch. I was looking through, and the Switch didn't have too many games. Like, the two big games that it had were Mario Kart 8, Super Mario Odyssey, and Breath of the Wild. Those are the big ones that you had. Smash for Switch wasn't out. Smash Ultimate didn't exist. It was all stuff that you could play on your Wii U, and then those few big games, plus a ton of indie stuff and shovelware. This was one of them. This was one of the games that was on, and I saw it after I saw Alpharad play it, and I was like, perfect. I'll do it that way. And, man, I just love the heck out of this game. This game will always have a special place in my heart. Story-wise, gameplay-wise, and now accessibility-wise and design-wise. Because, man, that's so cool. The fact that I could use my Sega Genesis controller, man. I love that so much. Oh, it's so good. But, with all that being said, thank you everybody so much for joining me today. And if you could do me a real big favor, you could make sure that my subscribe button is awake. You'll know it's awake if it's gray, but if it's red, it's not doing its job of keeping you guys up to date with everything that I'm doing. And I get kind of annoyed when it doesn't do that for you guys, because I upload a lot of cool stuff that you don't want to miss, and being subscribed is the only way to see that happen. But with that being said, thank you everybody so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. So long.